Hi guys! So I am so excited. And P.S. I just realized I always start every video with "Hi guys!" So I'll try not to do that next time. But I am so excited to come on here and talk to you guys about this topic. It's one of my bread and butters. It's what I love to do. It's my favorite piece of it because I've just overcome my struggles. I've overcome my battles with it and insecurities with it because I just follow the system. And the system's so easy and so simple, you guys. So today's training is all about conversations and how to have conversations to get to that close. This is honestly like, as soon as I broke it down the way I did, I followed the 4-step process that I'm going to teach you how to do. It just made it so much more apparent to me, and it helped me grow even that much more and understand the best things to do and basically not to do. So if you've already had some conversations, awesome. This is going to help you because I saw this probably about a year after I became a coach, and you guys, it was horrendous. Like, my conversations were just, I would word vomit, I would talk the entire time, I would send like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, never let them respond, and then I would just, and of course no one really wanted to buy from me because it was just like, oh, whoa, hey, Jesse, back up, let me breathe for a second. So it's just one of those things that I just, now that I figured it out and I figured out what works and what makes me feel comfortable, it's good, and it's just, it works for me. So I hope this brings you some clarity and it helps you as well. So basically, to get it started off, when someone says like, hey, I'm interested, how are you responding? So you got to really assess how you're responding. Is that how you responded? Is that how, what did your coach say to you that really got you involved in the conversation? What I like to do is, the way that I do it is, I don't, when I build relationships and I'm talking to people, my Hey Girls are more just building relationships and building that rapport. I build and I focus so much on be authentically you. I'm a big believer and a big pusher of attraction marketing because I just hate being the salesy, sleazy person. I mean, this works for me right now, and it's just because I'm so consistent on my social media pages. So when I have those private conversations and those private messages, and I do a hey girl, or I comment, or I'm commenting on something that someone posted maybe about Disneyland, and I take that to the side and I'm like, hey, like, what about this, this, and this? Or about another product, I'm like, hey, have you tried this before? Like, I'm just wondering, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of gets the conversation genuinely started. And then I'm just real. I like to use a lot of the times with my Hey Girls birthdays. So when it's somebody's birthday, I just wish them a happy birthday in a private message or a text message. Lately, with people who I have their phone numbers, I give them a text and I call. Very different, you guys. So, I mean, I will reach out to someone who I haven't talked to since high school, send them a text message. Hey, how's it going? Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you're doing well. I'm over the whole like Facebook wall, so it got lost, but I wanted you to know I care about you, thinking about you today, hope all is well, and I throw in a P.S. This is Jessie, in case you got a new phone or something. Just to make it like funny, lighthearted, that's just what I do. So I use my Hey Girls as happy birthdays, or I connect with somebody over a product of some sort that they maybe posted or something that they're interested in. And I don't talk about Beachbody at all in those conversations, you guys. I just let them naturally happen. I let the conversation naturally go and flow where it is, but because they're following me already on social media, they already know that I bleed and breathe Beachbody. I'm all about the workouts. I'm all about the Shakeology. I'm all about everything. So it always naturally comes up because I'm so consistent and I'm that positive light with all of my posts that I make. I don't want people to think of me as, oh, look, she's dreading her workout again. Oh, she's forcing it in our face. I always tie some type of positive message to it because when people come to my page, I want them to feel good. When I see my post pop up, I want them to feel good. So that's just how I kind of cater it. So they know whenever I'm having that conversation, and I don't want them to be like, oh my God, here comes Jessie Clifton again. Like, here comes Jessie Clifton. Why is she messaging me? Oh God, she's going to ask me to buy something. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Or she's going to ask me to be on her team. I don't want to do it. No, there's too many salesy people out there. There's too many MLMs. I don't want to do it. So I just have a conversation, you guys. I don't even bring it up. I let them bring it up. And it always happens that way because I want them to know I have a life and I am a person outside of Beachbody. And when I genuinely open up to them about what's going on with my life, what our future plans are in a private message that they don't see on social media, because I realistically, you guys, I don't post everything on social media. So when they get that little glimpse, like, oh, how's it going, blah, 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 what's your life doing? And I give them a little like, oh, here's coming up in my life, things that I don't post. They're like, oh, wow, she's like really being vulnerable. She's opening up. I'm going to do that as well. So when you open up and you're vulnerable to people, they do the same. When you share something with them that is personal with you, they will do the same. And I just let the conversations happen. And if it goes to Beachbody, I then say, I'm like, yeah, this is like, it's going great. I love it, blah, blah, blah. If you're ever interested, I have a group coming up on this date, this date, and it runs from this date. Just let me know. But anyways, how is this? So I casually drop it from there. So when I have someone that does say that they're interested in it, the way that I do is I have the 4-step process that I focus on. So I go solutions first, or not solutions, sorry, struggles first. And I'm just going to backtrack. So if you haven't read the post before this, it's all about how I structure it. So when someone tells me that they're interested, I personally have on my event page, an event on my like page, and I say, okay, I'm going to add you to the event, read through it, I'll follow up with you, let me know if you have any questions. Just because I'm so limited on time, they read through everything. They say, okay, in my event, I don't have any prices, I don't have anything. I just say, this is what it is, this is this. These are what the challenge groups entail, because I don't want to go into the hard sale with them and have them say, well, I didn't want to sign up for that. I don't know. I don't want to do that. So when I genuinely say I want to go to a challenge group and I want to be involved for the accountability, I send them to my event page and I have them read it. If they read it and they click, and I tell them, select going or interested, and I will then follow up with you and send you more information, but I want to give you the information first. That's how I work myself, so it works for me. So if that's not how you personally work, how you personally buy something, don't do it. But for me, I am a research person, so if you don't give me the information, I will research it myself and find it somewhere else for what I may think is better or cheaper. So I'd rather give it to them first. That's just how I work, and then I know exactly who's going, who's interested, who I still need to follow up with. But going back to the conversation piece. So when I have the conversation, like, okay, yeah, I'm genuinely interested. And so I just go into, I'm like, what are you interested in? Like, how's everything going? What drew you to it? What do you really want out of it? And so they tell me, and that's when they open up. I'm like, I want to lose weight. I want to tone up. And then I pry from there. And it's like, okay, well, what exactly, like, how much do you want to lose? Are you trying to lose weight for an event? Are you trying to lose weight, like, what's your goal in 30 days? What's your goal in 60 days? How much time do we have to lose this weight? And ideally, is it an event, or is it just a goal? Like, I want to lose 30 pounds in 60 days. Like, what's your scale? That way I know how much time we have, how much, what I'm looking at, and I can plug those in and I write those notes down, like, okay, Ashley's focusing on, she has a cruise coming up. We got to get her cruise ready. Feeling confident. She's looking to lose this much weight. And then I start jogging my memory of, like, okay, who has a relatable story? Who has a transformation as well like that I can relate to? And then when they tell me that, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I feel you. Like, oh, that's so exciting. Where's the cruise going to? And I ask personal questions about that. Nothing about their health or anything, but I ask personal questions as well. And then I ask about their health, like, okay, well, where do you struggle with your food-wise? Like, give me a rundown of what your day looks like. And I talk about their food throughout the day. When they're eating, how much they're eating, what they're eating. So I know, okay, you are eating, like, cereal in the morning, you make a sandwich at lunch, and you normally have a dinner with your family at nighttime. There's no snacks in between, and it sounds like a lot of carbs and some protein, but a lot of carbs throughout the day. So I kind of think of those things like, okay, let me figure out what your eating habits are like. Then I ask what their day-to-day life is. Are they working full-time? Are they students full-time? Are they moms? Are they stay-at-home moms? And I kind of figure that out, because then I can tailor in. Again, I'm jotting all these notes down as I'm talking to them and as I'm getting all this feedback from them. So then when I go into the struggles, then I go into the solutions. Right now, the focus I always default is to the All Access Challenge Pack, because it is such a great deal, you guys. I say, you know what? I have this really great solution that I think will work for you. This is my favorite part. Not only do you get the 30 days of superfoods, like, this is what has really helped me, and I focus on what their struggles were, and I plug it in. Like, you know what? I'm full-time working. this is what gets me that daily breakfast in every morning, something I never used to have. And I found it was cheaper than going to Starbucks, and I'm actually filling my body with good nutrients that holds me from 7:30 to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it holds my hunger for a few hours. These are the types of meals I eat, and then you also get these portion control cups, because what I was noticing is that in my diet was very similar to yours. I was eating a lot of carbs, and I had to slowly make that transition to eating more vegetables and fruits to align with my goals, which were this, and this. If it relates to their goals, I plug that in as well, saying this is your goals as well. Then you can start off with the program. So we can start you off with a beginner program, or whatever level they had told me that they were at. We can start you off with this program. What's great about this is that you can go from that program. Once you've accomplished that, then you can get to the next program, and it kind of tiers, so you never stop, and it's that streaming package. And then I go, as I'm talking about what everything includes in that challenge pack, because I always start with the challenge pack, you guys. As I talk about all of that, then I go into then I reiterate, this is what it is, this is how much it costs, here's everything you get. I know it sounds like a lot at first, but that's what I thought too. But when I broke it down, I was saving money here, here, and here, and I was getting these results, and it totally paid off for me, and I didn't have to worry, because there's a 30-day money-back, empty bag guarantee. So if I drank the shakes for the month, I didn't like it, hell, I could just return it. So I felt that guilt off of my back when I was buying it. So I give them the real picture of what I was mentally going through when I was buying it, and when I was signing up for it, and what intrigued me as well. So then the third step is the objections. So because I already know in the objections because I already know a lot about their lifestyle, what their struggles are, because typically if it's a money struggle, they tell me that in the beginning when I'm asking about their lifestyle and what they've done before in the past, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, what do they like, what kind of workouts do they like, what's their schedule. Usually in that first conversation, they normally tell me, but money is tight. So that way I can plug that into my solution. So I really combine steps 2 and 3 together. So when I already know what their struggles are, I already know that their objection will be about money. I already know their objection will be about time. I already know their objection will be about motivation. So I plug those into my solutions as I'm giving a solution. So I already attack it in the very beginning. Then from there, I ask if they have any questions, whatever it may be. What I heard in a training that I thought was a great idea, and that I'm going to start implementing as well, is include a transformation. So if they are saying that they want to lose 80 pounds, go into the groups, ask who's lost 80 pounds that I can use in a transformation to send to a potential client. Who has gained 10 pounds of muscle that I can send to a potential client. And I plug those into that as well. And I'm going to plug those into that as well. Then you go into the close, like, okay, here's all the information. Let me know if this is something that works out for you. I mean, I do have a scale of whatever it is that you can do. Challenge groups, you can also go with the strategy of if I go with the events, so I go with that with the challenge groups as well. But then I also, the event, if they're like, okay, I already work out a lot, and if they say they already work out a lot, they already have a trainer twice a day, they go to CrossFit, whatever it may be, I'm like, you know what? To be in my challenge groups, if this is what you really want to do, the minimum criteria, you have to be drinking Shakeology. And that's how I kind of cater those conversations as well. I gauge where they're at. Even if someone tells me that they just want to drink, that they're just drinking they just want Shakeology, I still offer them the All Access Challenge Pack. And I justify it with, you guys, this is a great deal. I'm a cheap person myself. I love bargains whenever I can get a good bargain. So I want to make sure that I know you want just this, but I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I don't tell you about this, because you're going to be saving this much money. And when I'm talking about the money, you guys, you have to let that release the money conversation, release the fears around money, because it is not real. You bought it, you figured it out, you know it's worth it. So you have to focus on what they're doing, and that's where all the solutions comes into, of what will work for them, and you basically build the value that way. So you're not just word vomiting on them, you're not just sending them a link right out, you're building that relationship so you know personally about their life. They're going to open up to you, you guys, and when someone opens up to you, it's a beautiful thing, because it's something that they're vulnerable about. They trust you with their goals, they trust you with everything. So take that as something that is already a win, because they wanted to tell you about what they want, where they're struggling at, everything because no one likes to talk about their struggles. Off my soapbox, off my tangent, back here. So so if someone tells me they just want Shakeology, I still give them the opportunity to figure out and buy the All Access Challenge Pack or even a Challenge Pack in general because I don't want them to spend that money. And when I'm putting out the prices, I'm like, okay, in this Challenge Pack, you'll get Shakeology for a month. That's $130 by itself, and it breaks down to $4 a day. It's awesome because it's cheaper than buying a Starbucks every day. It's cheaper than a Jamba Juice, way healthier for you. Then you get every fitness program possible. There's over 800 workouts. Each program alone costs around $60 to $70. Then you get portion control cups on top of that. That is where when you fine tune, you figure out exactly what your portions are, and it teaches you what you need to know in the basics around clean eating. Then you get access to our meal plans, our recipes, our meal plan wizards, all the meal plans to all the meal plans to every single program as well. That I don't even know how to even put a price on that because that everyone looks for that. You don't have to go to Pinterest anymore. So if you're voice messaging, if you're video messaging people, have that excitement in your voice, have that just passion behind it because people breathe that. People love that. So put the passion behind what you're selling. Don't be timid. Don't walk on eggshells because you guys, these are great deals if they work or if they do the work. So that's how I go through it. And then I have if someone doesn't reply, I do 2 follow-up messages. And if they do that and I'm like, hey, I see that you're not messaging, don't worry, like, let me know if you're ever interested in it again. And I kind of like bless and release them. But in the meantime, I'm still commenting and liking and all of that stuff on their personal pages because they're on my radar. But I want them to know that I truly support them and I truly care about them because they are a person that is in my life for a reason, Beachbody or not. So I kind of say, okay, this, and then I never bring it up again until they bring it up because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that tired car salesman that just pushes and pushes and pushes. I'm here to build relationships, build my connections, build my people, and build my tribe. And you never know if someone's going to come back 6 months from now. You don't want to chase them off, or if they're going to refer somebody to you. That always is something there because it's not a no. It's a not right now. So I want to give you 2 homework assignments. I'm going to look at my notes. Okay, so your homework assignment for tonight is to look at your past 3 conversations about Beachbody. If it was in person, analyze that as well. And then I want you to analyze your conversations. Point out 1 strength and 1 weakness. What did you do right? What do you think you did wrong that you need help fixing? And write that down and log that in as the workout. So tell us exactly what happened, what the conversation went, and what happened with the conversation. Did it lead to a sale? Did it not lead to a sale? So document those 3 conversations, 1 strength, 1 weakness, the results of it, and then of course ask a question of how could I make this better, and we'll be able to go in there and comment on it. The next thing is I want you guys to comment below. So when you see someone's comment on it and just say, hey, let's pair up because this is a little group project. I want you guys to pair up with somebody in this group and start doing messages back and forth. Yes, this is us making it's like I was dancing. This is also an exercise because we want you guys to break out of your shell, get out of your own team, get out of your own mindset, and meet somebody new and meet a great friend because you guys have something in common already, and I already know it, and you're going to love each other in one way, shape, or form. So find a buddy that is in this comment and role play with them. Go back and forth. Say, okay, hey, let's be your buddy. Let's go through role playing. Let's go through an actual sale, how to make this better, and how to make me feel more comfortable. And don't be easy on them either, you guys. Put the objections in there, put the struggles, fumble your words, word vomit all over the place, whatever, but get it out and get it until you find that sweet spot in the conversations. You can voice text, you can video chat, you can message back and forth on your phone via Messenger, whatever works for you. But then I want you to screenshot that. So I want to see if it's a voice text, I want to see the voice text. If it's messages, I want to see the messages, showing the messages back and forth with the 2 of you. So log that as a workout for you guys and post those below. So if you have any questions, I did give a lot to you today, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not that sorry because conversations is just something I'm super passionate about because I hate being salesy, and there's a genuine way to go about things. There's a genuine way to make a sale with somebody and make that connection and keep that connection. So comment below or log all your workouts with your homework assignments, and comment if you do have any questions. I hope you guys have a great day.